Knowing that everyone is going through their own uncomfortable situation in order to get where they want to go. If they're actually striving to do something, there's an element of stretching and uncomfort there. How do people best cope with that uncomfort?
Kev, you want me to start?
Yeah, you can start because I feel like you and I are going to have drastically different perspectives, right?
That's good. It's a good thing. That's why we're both here. For me, I think it's better than the alternative. And both of them suck. I tried to explain this at our event on Saturday too, and I don't know if I did a good job, to be honest with you, but we were asked, why do you guys have so much grit? Like, I said, first of all, a ridiculously challenging childhood. Second of all, there's two ways to develop grit. One is life happens to you, and it's pretty atrocious, and you have to learn how to survive that. The other one is the inevitable challenges that come from massive fucking goals. And I said I had both and didn't even realize it when I was a kid. So the first answer is I want to reach my potential, and the only way to do that is through struggle, sacrifice, and suffering. And not in the hustle porn type of way of like, all you should ever do is struggle and suffer for the sake of suffering and being able to say, I'm so hard. However, if you do want to reach your potential, you have to find that challenge skills sweet spot constantly. And what Kevin and I found out the hard way is that my comfort zone is his growth zone, and my growth zone is his trauma zone. So in the beginning of us business partnering together, we did a lot in a very short amount of time, and we had some late nights and early mornings and travel and all that kind of stuff, big guests, all this stuff, way outside of his comfort zone. For me, that was a lot easier for me because I was I had spoken to the state senators and in front of 150 people when I was in my early 20s. I had built that grit through massive goals prior to that, whereas Kev kind of was thrown into this in a way. And I didn't understand that he was struggling as much as he was, and he was also hiding it a little bit too.
Had to, Quinton. Right? Had to.
But my short-term answer is, if you really do want to reach your potential, you're going to have to sacrifice, struggle, and suffer in order to do that, at least to some extent. And it's better than the alternative. The alternative is stay in your comfort zone and be stuck. And to me, true abundance comes from skills and awareness, and skills and awareness come from putting yourself beyond what you're currently capable of and then seeing what you're made of. Just don't do it in a way where you actually die. Do it in a way where you're close to death, but don't die. And I'm being playful with that. Don't do it where you're close to death.
That's comforting for everyone listening.
Yeah.
You know?
Well,
the
so
point
event
of
season,
death, but no more.
Yeah. So real quick, event season, my relationship suffered a little bit during preparing for this event. I'm averaging 50 coaching sessions, podcasts, and trainings per week. And my relationship, we don't have a ton of quality time. And she's an entrepreneur too. We have 3 businesses between the two of us, so she gets it. She works harder than I do. It's nuts. But she had to pick up all the house, the pets, like she had to do everything. And I realized after the event, like I really got to bring it back because she's been taking 80% of the responsibilities while I do this event on top of everything else I'm already doing. And it was a little bit past what was optimal. It was good for my growth, but bad for the growth and the flourishing of my relationship. So next time I'm going to do it better, not necessarily for my well-being, because whatever, but definitely the relationship with her, because that matters to me most. Like if that event hurt my relationship, that would be an L for me. I care about my relationship with Emilia way more than I care about that event. And I care about that event a lot, but not even close. And so to me, I overdid it. And the truth is, you have to overdo it sometimes to figure out where the fucking line is. And the people who never overdo it because they're so scared, they don't figure out what they're capable of. Kev figured out what he was capable of, and he figured out what he was not capable of. And fortunately, he made it through it, despite the many, many, many panic attacks. But I do think we underestimate what we're capable of, and I think that suffering is a part of the recipe. It's not the whole equation, but it's definitely part of it.
Within those many, many, many panic attacks, that's kind of why I was asking earlier about, like, what did you see in Kevin? Like, he wasn't that guy yet, but you could see something in there. Is that kind of what you mean by that, where you knew his potential and it was just I know we're talking about you as if you're not right there.
I want you to keep doing it.
I get
Quinton.
it. Like, I'm sorry. I just want to point that out, like, the elephant in the room. But that's kind of what I meant by that. Like, is that what you saw and you knew, like, they're tearing the fibers of the muscle and it's going to grow and it's going to get bigger and we know where we're going, so we have that vision to overcome this? Is that kind of what you meant by that?
I saw high humility. I saw insane grit and willingness to suffer. And I saw that for him, the alternative is worse. I mean, the truth of the matter is I had an ex-girlfriend who her life was so good that, like, so my life sucked, like, pretty bad, especially my childhood. So for me, it's only been up, even though it's still pretty challenging. So with Kev, it's the same deal. Like, he grew up, he has no entitlement. He doesn't need much to sustain himself. He's a simple guy. So, and I knew that he would, there's the burn the boats thing, and I don't want to go down that road, but I will say this, like, there's something that I could tell, like, he would die for this. And I knew that I needed someone like that. And the person I was working with at the time, I mean, was just lazy as shit. So I to me, it was intuitive. And I think in hindsight, it's very clear. Coachable, good student, willing to own the truth, definitely doesn't sugarcoat what it really takes to win, and will outwork everybody even when he doesn't want to. And that's what I'm looking for.
So when you hear that, Kevin, what is missing from the puzzle of the equation that he shared from your perspective? Like, actually being in those shoes.
I'm a really good number 2 who needs a really good number 1. I'm a day-to-day operator. Quinton, you give me a list of 30 things to do. I will just burn the day doing it, even though it's dumb. I know
Not
it's
nearly
like,
enough people are humble enough to say that, by the way.
Well, I
just want to, like, throw that.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that very much. This is good. This is a nice little spot for me. You know, I feel really good about this.
It's true though. It's
Well,
like the people who all want to be the number one. It's like,
it's lonely as shit.
This is the truth for me. I would rather win as number 2 than lose as number 1. I want to win. I want to succeed. That's what I'm doing this for. I'm doing it for that reason. I think that's one piece. And I think it overarches with the question you asked Alan. It's worth it. Like, this is so worth it to me. If it ever gets to the point where it's not worth it, Alan and I will have a conversation and we'll figure out what to do. I think that's a piece of it. And I get a lot of significance from, it feels good to hear stuff like that, right? It feels good. And I appreciate the humility and the maturity of that level of conversation. It feels really good. I mean, I'd be lying if I said there wasn't some significance there. And now, if anything, I have a reputation to uphold. So I can't go back now, even if all of it was kind of momentum that I wasn't prepared for. I don't want to go back on it. But I think we're in a very interesting spot where I think things are getting harder for Alan than they are for me because of his core wounding, where I don't really understand what it's like to be Alan right now, just like he didn't understand what it was like to be me at the beginning. And maybe we still don't know how to communicate about. I mean, we're really good communicators with each other. We are very, very humble, very, very vulnerable. We cry together all the time. That's like routine. But yeah, maybe we can do it better. I hope we can use my lack of ability to communicate as an opportunity to communicate through his growing pains, since I'm just not going to understand what they're like.
What's going on, guys? If you like that clip right there, you will love the full interview. You can check that out right there. I'll see you on the next video. Oh, and subscribe, because we got a lot of big things coming up in the near future.